Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing great. This is your coach Tehreem Tariq here from the platform of Viversity.org and VJob.org. And I cordially welcome all of you in this new live session of content writing class. And in today's session, we will discuss about in detail the complete introduction of content writing, about all the types of content writing, what does a content writer actually do, and after that we will discuss about in detail of the differences between all the types of content writing, how you are going to work as a content writer, what are the fundamental requirements of content writing, and also what are the tools that you require for doing content writing, either any type of content writing, it doesn't matter, but the tools of content writing are going to be very common, inshallah. So let me share my screen first. I hope you all are done with your submissions till lecture number 4. And if anyone of you has not completed the submissions on Viversity course page yet, I request all of you to please complete your submissions by tonight and till lecture number 5. And then tomorrow you are going to attempt your first model test of content writing, and then you will be able to receive your stipend, inshallah. Okay, so first of all, let me share my screen first, and then we will discuss in detail about content writing. So I hope my screen is shared with you people. So let's start with lecture number 1, and lecture number 1 is all about introduction to content writing. Okay, so if you people do have any question, kindly write down all your questions on your notebooks, and you can add your questions and at the end of this session in the question answer session. Okay, so, first of all, we will have a brief introduction about content writing. The term content writing has grown increasingly common over the years as we talk about the traditional forms of advertising have fallen to the wayside. Companies from all industries have discovered that success in the digital age requires more traditional outbound marketing strategies, and for that reason, they require content writers. And with content writing, companies can build emotional relationships with their targeted audience, paving the way for the customer loyalty and brand engagement. Content writing often forms the foundation of every digital marketing strategy, so that is why content writer is even more important in every field of freelancing. It doesn't matter that either it is e-commerce, it doesn't matter either it is digital marketing, graphic designing, web development, etc. So content writer is required in every field of content writing. Everyone requires the help of content writer. So as a matter of fact, if we talk about the importance of content writer, it is in every industry of freelancing, it is in every field of freelancing. So it doesn't matter that a particular company requires content writer for writing blogs. They may require content writer for for doing copywriting for their website. They may require content writer for writing up their product description. They may require content writer for writing up their social media content, etc. So this is how much the content writer is important nowadays in every industry. So if you are a good if you are a qualified person but you do not have the polished content writing skills, you can polish your content writing skills, and then you can work as a good content writer for either for a website, either for a website, either for any of the application as well. For example, if someone wants to hire a virtual daraz assistant, then they may require a content writer as well. They will have a team that is working either for their for preparing their graphics, for writing up their content, for writing up their product description. So content writer is required in every field of freelancing. So that is why this is how the content writer works as a center, as an epicenter of grace in every field of freelancing. So content writing often forms the foundation of every digital marketing strategy, as emotive content is necessary for everything, for like from blogging to SEO strategies to email to social media content promotion, etc. So this is how important a content writer is. So I was receiving a lot of questions about the importance of content writing, ma'am, why we should start with content writing. So I do advise to all my students whenever they join me in any batch of content writing, I do advise them that content writer is the epicenter of freelancing. And whenever you become a good content writer, if you are writing the good content, the exact to the point content, if you are writing to the point content, like that content, that particular content that is required for that person, if you know how to write exact content, then you will become a successful content writer for sure, inshallah. But for that reason, you must have a knowledge of SEO, that particular knowledge of SEO that is mandatory to be there, that is mandatory to be required as a content writer. So you must have a basic knowledge of SEO content writing. You must have the basic knowledge of blog post writing, guest blogging, etc. So these all are the skills that you require as a content writer, and these all skills are included in this course of content writing. So, what is the exact meaning of the terminology of content writing? The term content writing in today's digital age applies to the art of planning, writing, and publishing web content. So, whenever we talk about content writer in this digital age, we take only one meaning of content writing, that content writing is required for websites, and only for publishing the content on websites. No, content writing is required, as I said earlier, in every field of content, in every field of freelancing. For example, if you are working as a social media content writer, you are supposed to write social media content. If you are working as the email content writer, then you are supposed to write emails for a certain website, for a certain organization. Then comes, if you are working if you are working as an academic writer, you are supposed to write some other kind of content, like you are going to write scientific, you are going to do scientific content writing, you are going to write review articles, research articles. But if you are working as a full time content writer with someone, for someone's website, then you are eligible for doing all the tasks of content writing. Like, you are responsible for writing their press release, you are responsible for writing their social media content, you are responsible for writing up their social media post, you are responsible for writing up their blog post, and also you are responsible for writing their product description. And this is how you are going to work as a full time content writer. So being a content writer, when someone asks me that what should I pursue as a specialized content writing, no, I do tell my each and every student every time that be a multitasker, try to become a versatile content writer. You must know about every type of content writing and how to write that particular content. Okay, so when you are going to become a versatile content writer, then you are going to write every type of content. You can write every type of content. You can write blog posts for someone, you can write social media content for someone. And if you are going to work as a full time content writer for someone's organization, for someone's website, then you will earn like a pro in content writing field. Okay, so try to become a versatile content writer, try to become pro in every field of content writing. Basically, content writing um, is not like a bed of roses. You must have to grip all the fields of content writing. Either it is social media content writing, either it is product description, either it is writing about press release, either it is writing about email. You must know about every type of content writing, and you must become pro in every type of content writing. Then you are going to earn in this field. Okay, so, if we talk about a journal term of content writing in today's digital age, it applies to the art of planning. Before, whenever we do any type of content writing, it doesn't matter. Just remember three basic steps. First of all, you have to plan your content, then you have to write your content, then you are going to just remember these four steps. First one is planning your content, second one is writing up your content, third one is reviewing your content, and then you are going to publish your content. Okay, so these are the basic four steps. It doesn't matter what type of content writing we are talking about, but you have to remember these basic four steps. If you are going to write any kind of, for example, you are going to write any kind of review article or research article or blog post, etc., first of all, you have to plan your content, and for that reason you have to research about your content. then like what other people are writing up in that particular niche. Then comes if you are your planning is done, then you are going to write your content in the preliminary the outline that you designed from by researching about your content, like by reading that what other people are writing in that particular niche. Then comes reviewing your content, and then you are going to after editing, reviewing your content, after rewriting your content, after making up all the mistakes that are there in your content, after critically doing analysis of your content, then you are going to publish that particular content. So publishing content is the last step, but before that you have to make sure that all the three first steps goes in a way like you don't have any kind of discrepancy in your content. Then you can become a very successful content writer. If there is no if there is no like no grammatical mistake is there, and all each and everything, every jargon is very simple. You have to keep in your mind about your targeted audience for which you are writing up the content. So these all are the basic steps that you must have to keep in mind whenever you are writing up a certain content. Then comes content writing is a form of inbound marketing designed to attract an audience to a specific company, product, or digital location. Nowadays, if we talk about the main target of content writing, like for example, if I am working as a content writer for viversity.org, then my target is to attract audience to a particular website. For example, I am working as a content writer for Viversity, then I will write that kind of content that will attract audience, a particular audience of viversity.org towards the site. So what is the targeted audience of viversity.org is the student like you. So this is how this is the major target of content nowadays, of doing content writing nowadays. Like you have to attract audience towards your website and for the organization you are writing for and you are working for as a content writer. Now if we talk about, as I said earlier, that content writing is the epicenter of all the fields of of all the fields of freelancing. Like for example, if we talk about social media content writing, uh, content writer is required. If you for example, if we talk about e-commerce, content writer is required there as well, for writing up their product description, and for writing up the blog post, for writing up for doing the copyright content writing, etc. So content writing basically is the epicenter of all the freelancing fields. Okay. And now if we talk about the types of content writing, there are so many types of content writing. As far as you know, there are types of content writing, and we will discuss about every type of content writing in detail in the next topic, inshallah. Okay, so this is the brief introduction about content writing. I hope you people are satisfied with your lecture number 1. Then comes lecture number 2. Okay, lecture number 2 is all about the duties of content writer. Like for example, people do ask me like what we are going to do as a content writer, what are the basic responsibilities that we have to perform as a content writer. So basically what you have to do as a content writer, if we talk about the duties of content writer in this digital term, then the first duty of content writer is to do keyword research. Keyword research is also a subtype of search engine optimization, that is what we call SEO. So whenever we do content writing for any website, for any organization, what we have to do is we have to keep in mind the search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is the basic step of content writing, and if you are not writing content that is search engine optimized, you are not going to attract your targeted audience toward a certain website, towards a certain organization. And that is the main target of content writing if we talk about it. So if you are not fulfilling the exact target of content writing, that you are not a success, you are not going to become a successful content writer. So first of all, the first duty as a content writer you perform for a certain website is the keyword research. For that, in other terms we can call it as you are making their content the search engine optimized content. And for that reason there are so many paid tools available, there are so many free tools available. You can it completely depends on your strategy as a content writer. For example, in start, if we are just at the beginning of our career as a content writer, then we are not going to pursue further for the paid tools that are available for content writing. There are so many paid tools available for search engine optimization, for doing the for doing search, for doing SEO, for the analysis of a certain website. But as a content writer, if we are just starting our career, we are not going to go ahead. I will not recommend you people to go ahead with the paid tools. Try to make your strategy more applicable with the help of free tools, and also with the help of free trials of the paid tools. Okay, until and unless you get paid for the for writing up their content that is search engine optimized, until and unless if you are not getting paid for that reason, then I do not recommend my all students to go for the paid tools. Try to make your strategy more applicable, more versatile with the free tools, or with the free trial of the paid tools. Okay, so as a content writer, if we talk about your SEO expertise, the first duty content writer performs for a certain website is to make their content search engine optimized by doing the keyword research. Then content strategy. Then comes content strategy, preparing up content strategy for a certain website for your clients. For example, if you are working as a full-time content writer, as I said earlier, for a certain website, then you are responsible for writing every type of content of that organization. For example, and for that reason you have to prepare a content strategy. Like you have to I will show you up the content strategy that I prepared in the last batch when I was teaching my students. So I will show that content strategy as well, that how does a content strategy looks like. So basically content strategy is that I am going to write uh, this number of blogs, I'm going to write this number of social media posts for this website. Then you have to plan every type of content that you are going to write for a certain website. And also you have to plan the number of content you are going to post in a week or a month for that particular organization. So you have to prepare content strategy. Content strategy can work with content as a content writer. For preparing a content strategy, you have to work with other team members as well for their you have to work in cooperation with content marketing specialist as well, and you just have to assist. You can also assist that particular specialist for preparing up the content, because that marketing specialist can tell you better in a better way that what kind of content he or she requires for marketing, and type of content, and about the exact number of blogs that he or she requires, the exact number of social media posts that he or she requires. So this is how you can work as a content writer. You can work in cooperation with some team members, other team members as well. And also you can work solely, if you are eligible for that, you can work solely as well. This could involve determining what kind of blogs, ebooks, listicles, white papers you should develop and publish. Your content strategy might include a plan of social media and email marketing, or the video creation too. Okay, so as a content writer, first of all, what you have to do is you have to make your content search engine optimized. Then you have to prepare a complete content strategy whenever you work as a content writer for a certain organization, for a certain website, for a certain client. It doesn't matter that either it is a website or a brand, etc. But you have to prepare, you have to be mentally prepared for all these duties and responsibilities whenever you want to pursue your career as a content writer. Then comes content production. Obviously, if you are working as a content writer, your main duty is the content production. Content production means writing up the content for a certain client. Then comes proofreading and editing us of a certain content. Sometimes you get those kind of clients that hire you to proofread the content that is either already updated on their website, or they are planning to update on their website in the future. So they are hiring you not as a content writer, but as a proofreader or editor for the content of their website. Okay, so at times you have to perform proofreading and editing duties as well. Then comes publishing and outreach. Content writers will usually be able to upload their content to previous platforms. This could mean adding post to a WordPress site or scheduling them. So these all are the kind of duties that a content writer might have performed while you pursue your career as a content writer. Okay, so here is the work process of content writer. First of all, as I said earlier, that you have to memorize the basic four steps. First of all, you have to plan the content, then you have to write the content, then you have to review the content, and then you are going to publish the content at the end of the stage. Okay, so this is how a content writer actually works. These all are the duties that content writer have to perform whenever he or she pursue further as a content writer. Okay, so now let's move towards lecture number 3. Lecture number 3 includes the basics of content writing. Okay, the basics of content writing. For example, what are the basic requirements that you have to keep in mind as a content writer? Like what you, for example, you are just at the beginning of the stage of content writing, and what are the basic steps that you have to keep in mind while doing any type of content writing? This is as simple as possible. I try to make it as simple as possible. For example, if you are just starting your work as a content writer, just try to be keep yourself very simple in every aspect. For example, if you are planning to write a certain content, start researching about that particular content. And how you are going to research, we are going to discuss about research in detail in the upcoming sessions, in the upcoming weeks. But right now I'm just discussing all the steps that are required for content writing. The first step is to research about your content, and whenever you are doing research about a certain content, you must have to keep in mind the subject matter, the customers, and the competitors. These are the three major points that you have to keep in mind while researching for your content. First one is your subject matter. Learn as much as you can about the topic and use references that are reputable. Use reputable references of certain websites. You can, by adding up their references to your content, you can increase your targeted audience. Okay, so first of all, whenever you are doing research about your content, you have to keep in mind the subject matter. Then comes customers is your targeted audience. And know your audience, build buyer personas, and understanding how customers respond to different content at various stages in the consumer journey will improve conversions on a significant scale. So, while researching a content for a certain website, you have to keep in mind these three basic points. First one is subject matter. Subject matter is your topic on which you are writing about. For example, Viversity.org is an educational website, and whenever I'm going to write a blog for this website, I will keep in mind my targeted audience, that my targeted audience are the students of universities, colleges, and schools, and those students who are less who belongs to less privileged areas, because not university is a non-profit organization. So I will keep all these things in my mind while I am researching for the content. Then comes customers are your targeted audience. Then you have to keep in mind about the competitors. Like there are so many competitors that have the same format of the website. Viversity have also the competitors that have the same format of website. So I have to keep in mind all these things, that I have to keep in mind that I have to keep my content very simple. I have to keep the jargons of my content very simple, that my audience easily understand that particular content. Then I will have to make my content that much competent, that it also compete to all the contents that are available on other websites with the same format. Then comes mastering the key components of content. So after researching up your content, you are going to write a certain content, and when you are writing up a content, you have to keep in mind these major points. First of all, you have to write up head turning headlines. Then comes a compelling hook line, and then stay clear and focused in all the rest of the content. So what does matter a lot is the keyword research. It matters a lot in content writing. Either it is academic writing, either it is website content writing, either it is social media content writing. Keyword matters a lot. So you have to be and also you must have to keep in mind that how much you have to utilize the keyword research. For example, if you are done with researching 5 keywords and you have to utilize all the 5 keywords in your one blog, then you must have to keep in mind that how much you are utilizing the keyword in a certain in the title of the content, in the conclusion of the content, in the main body of the content. So it completely depends on you that how much you have done your keyword research strong, and also how much you are going to utilize that particular keyword research in your content. Then comes editing and optimizing your content, and that is really very important. So these are the major steps that you have to follow. These are the basic steps that you have to follow when you are doing content writing. First of all, do good research, then write the good content, review your content, re-review your content before publishing of the content. And also, if you are publishing content and if you are receiving any kind of criticism on that content, be ready for that as well. Then you have to proofread your content and edit your content in accordance with all the criticism you receive, either it is a positive criticism or the negative criticism you receive. So it completely depends on you. Okay, then comes the fundamental requirements of content writing. So whenever you work as a content writer, you require certain tools, as well as you require certain gadgets as well whenever you work as a content writer. So for example, if you are working as a content writer, you must require a laptop. You are not going to become a good content writer on mobile phones. You can't do all the types of content writing because there are so many tools that you have to require simultaneously while writing up a content. You have to research a lot about a certain content, how you are going to manage it on your mobile phone. So please try to keep your to have a certain laptop in your hand whenever you want to become a content writer and a successful content writer. Please do not complain about it that I don't have a laptop so I can't become a content writer. You can do content writing on mobile phones, but that is not as much applicable as much it is on the laptop. So the first gadget that you require for content writing is laptop. Then you must have a good internet connection also, and you must know about all the relevant references in order to research about your content. Okay, so we will discuss about each and everything in detail, but these are the fundamental requirements of gadgets that you require for content writing. Then you require certain tools as well. For that reason, you require a Gmail account, you require some Google applications, you require some Microsoft applications, you require some MS Office MS Office applications and tools as well. Then these, after having all these gadgets and tools, then start doing content writing. And now remember all these 10 points in mind while you are doing content writing. First one is make content habitual, not an occasional activity. So whenever you are doing content writing, try to become habitual. If you are writing a blog post on alternative days, try to post your blogs on alternative days, but at the same time be very punctual in posting your blog post. It doesn't matter that you are posting it on alternative days or on daily basis, but be habitual and don't make it a kind of occasional content that if you are writing up a content on Eid, then you are going to write content on the next day. This is not this is how it doesn't work. But you have to make yourself very habitual, but not an occasional content writer. Keep a sharp focus on topic while remaining succinct. You are writing up details about a certain topic, but very to the point. You must have to be very straightforward while writing up your content. Now you use out of the box sources to gather better information. Always use the relevant references in your content. Then comes um, be very open to your targeted audience. Keep in mind the interest of your audience. That doesn't make your content a bore content, because boredom is really contagious for a content writer. Be conversational and cut the jargon. Don't try to be very technical in terminologies, because those technical terminologies are not understandable for your targeted audience. So please try to be very simple in your jargons. Try to write a very simple kind of content that is understandable content, and that is a kind of straightforward content. An original is worth more than a copy. Please don't try to pursue for the plagiarism. And plagiarism is highly contagious and prohibited for your content. For example, if you are my student, I would never recommend you to write any kind of plagiarized content in your content. For my if I talk about my opinion, not only 1%, less than 1% plagiarism is allowed for a content writer. If you want to become exactly a successful content writer, please try to become a content writer of a kind of original content writer. Please do not try to copy someone else content. That is going to ruin your career as a content writer. Use audience feedback to shape the content. Always take advice from your audience that what you should write next. Then your audience is going to take even more interest in your content. Leave a footprint with visual storytelling. Focus on better headlines. Make it an experience. This is how your content is going to work. So these are all the fundamental requirements of content writing, all the tools that are required for content writing, and also the fundamental basic steps that you must have to keep in mind while doing content writing. Then comes major types of content writing. Major type, we talk about major types of content writing. It includes, just a minute. It includes blog post writing, copywriting, technical writing, long form writing, social media content writing, and we will have a detailed session on each type of content writing in the upcoming weeks. First week is a kind of basic week of understanding of content writing, but inshallah we will discuss about each type of content writing in detail in the upcoming weeks, inshallah. Then comes the differences between content writing. So you have to complete all these 5 submissions by tonight, inshallah. And if you have any question until now, you can ask me anytime. These and if you want to add your questions at the end of this session, you are more than welcome. But if you want to add your questions in inbox or in the group as well of content writing, I will answer your all the questions there as well. So now here it is mentioned that what is the purpose of copywriting and content writing, and what are the exact differences in between content writing and copywriting. I have mentioned it in very detail, and you can go ahead, you can read out all these content. This is very important to understand before becoming a content writer, that what is the exact difference between copywriting and content writing. So we are lagging behind time, so I'm not going in detail of each and every topic of week 1, but inshallah in the upcoming weeks we will have a detailed session on every type of content writing. And now if you have any question, you are more than welcome to ask. Otherwise I have to end up this session. So I have to go ahead for another session of other class. Okay, so if you have any question, you are more than welcome to add. And if you don't have, let's end up this session over here. Okay, team, if you don't have any question, I am ending up the stream over here. See you in the next session. Till then, stay safe, stay great, good luck, and I will be waiting for all the submissions of till lecture number 5 in all the 5 subjects. Then, in tomorrow, set on Saturday, you are going to attempt your model test, and after attempting your model test, you will be eligible and qualified for the stipend of this week, and you will receive your stipend, inshallah. Okay. So see you in the next session. Till then, stay safe, stay great, good luck.